Hi dolls! Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've been wanting to share my thoughts about the upcoming Barbie movie for a while. This movie will be very different from any other Barbie movie, not because it's a live action movie instead of a cartoon movie, but because it's a movie that is not made for kids. So right off, the demographic has completely shifted from young children to adults. There will be adult jokes in this movie, adult situations, and the cast members are undeniably middle-aged. So yeah, the new targeted demographic is clear. While I, like many others in the adult collecting community, aka the only people with a distinct probability of actually going to see this movie in cinemas, are super excited for it, some things that cast members have said in interviews are quite concerning. Number 1. Kate McKinnon. In a recent interview, Kate McKinnon stated that the movie will address how gender roles deny people half their identity. That has me thinking, okay, what gender roles? Like a man going to work whilst the woman stays home to raise the kids? Well, Barbie the icon has all the jobs and no kids. If you're recognizing that Barbie has a gender, then how could you miss that she hasn't let said gender hinder her in any way? Unfortunately, Kate McKinnon sounds out of touch with the subject matter. Number 2. Issa Rae, who plays President Barbie, says that Ken is just an accessory. She actually said, "great accessory," but that sounds worse somehow than just calling someone an accessory. It's like saying, "oh, by the way, you're not just good at not mattering, you're super good at not mattering." In this interview, Issa Rae equates Barbie to real women and Ken to real men, and therefore, she cannot belittle Ken without belittling real men. Issa Rae does attempt to clean up her statement in this interview by adding, "it's incredibly strong for men to be in supportive roles, but a supporting role is not the same as being just an accessory." And are you assigning a gender role by assigning the supportive role to Ken, who you have equated with men? In this interview, Issa Rae says that Kens don't need to have their own story. So is Ken not getting a story arc in this movie? There are a lot of men in the dog community, and they're not just accessories, aka expendable and interchangeable, and they have their own stories. So unfortunately, it sounds like Issa Rae's comments are a bit misandric. Number 3. Ryan Gosling thinks that no one ever thought about Ken before this movie, and that Ken's job and personality is just quote-unquote beach. He states, "and everyone was fine with that, for him to have a job that is nothing. But suddenly it's like, no, we've cared about Ken this whole time." No, you didn't. You never did. Apparently, Ryan Gosling accepted the role as Ken when he witnessed a Ken doll being neglected by his child daughter. He then stereotyped everyone else who has an interest in Barbies as not caring about Ken. Let me reiterate, because Ryan Gosling is clearly confused. The target demographic for the movie you're in is not your kid daughter. The target demographic is adult doll collectors and enthusiasts, and we very much so care about Ken. So unfortunately, it sounds like Ryan Gosling is out of touch with the target demographic. Also, Ken has had jobs. Number 4, Margot Robbie stated that the movie will be acknowledging the things that people find problematic about Barbie, as well as the things that people love about Barbie. Well, Miss Margot, let me just introduce you to a little gem known as Barbie Life in the Dream House. Their execution of acknowledging the things that people find problematic about Barbie and the things that people love about Barbie was flawless. So hopefully you could live up to that standard that they've set. Margot Robbie goes on to state that this will be done whilst having a relevant conversation about where the world is today. No, no, no. Again, the target demographic is adult doll collectors and enthusiasts. The hobby is a reprieve from this crazy world. The hobby is not to further remind us of this crazy, messy world. Please stop. And at the end of it all, you're not even really thinking about a doll, Margot goes on to say. But it's a Barbie movie. We want to be thinking of a doll. In fact, that's the movie's assignment, to in the end have you thinking so hard about a doll that you go out and buy all the doll-related merchandise, toys, clothing, beauty products, cosmetics, book, etc. So unfortunately, it sounds like Margot Robbie is out of touch with the overall assignment. To be clear, I am not concerned about the movie because of the trailers. The trailers honestly don't give you that much information. I have adjusted my expectations for the movie because the cast members' comments have made them seem out of touch with the likeliest demographic that are going to watch the movie, and they seem out of touch with Barbie's brand and evolution as a whole. I don't think Barbie and Ken are going to end up with who we think they will end up with, and I think Ken in his supporting role will end up outshining Barbie because, let's face it, from the trailers, it's Ryan Gosling being adorably naive and super jokey, versus Margot Robbie having a midlife crisis. That being said, I'm still very interested in seeing the Barbie movie. However, I think I'll be waiting for the first wave of post-release reviews before I make the visit to the cinema myself. I am an adult doll collector, and this has been my first video essay. It is probably very flawed, and I don't mind if you leave your critiques in the comments below. By the way, I have links from the interviews which I refer to in the description. Thanks again for watching my first video essay. Bye!